during this time and any time, then I've got my weekly updates. And I'm Kim D. Snyder. I'm CEO and founder of Online Marketing in a Box. And I am looking for new ideas. So first, if you have any, please post them below and I'll share them on the next video. But this is information that I've read, that I've picked up from other groups or people have shared with me. So let me just start. This one is about, what did I call it? Investing, paying, and gap. Okay, so first one is investing related. So Trader Joe's is not investing online in order or because so they can put that money that they were going to invest creating a whole new platform so that they can pay their employees. So Trader Joe's is a kind of a boutique grocery store, and the article was stating how people were sort of frustrated that they weren't allowed to order online so that they could just pick up their groceries curbside or Trader Joe's would not deliver. Trader Joe's said that they would rather spend the time or the money investing in their employees rather than ramping up a whole new product and spending all that money there. So kudos to them for doing that choice. What could you be spending your money on in your business? Where is that investment going? Trader Joe's, Panera Bread is launching pantries. So you can start buying some of those pantry type items from a restaurant. So if they're going to deliver food, which they've already been doing, now you can add additional items to that food order. So again, is there something that you could be adding that if you're already delivering a product or service that is a nice add-on? I've also seen this with Massage Envy. Massage Envy just used to be massages, but now they're facials and they're products related to the body and the face. So what could you be doing for your business? A little bit of a sad news is that U.S. Post Office is struggling, and this might really affect kind of that small business area and definitely marketers of all sizes, because if the U.S. Post Office is not around, they're not profitable, who's going to fill that gap? Is that something that Amazon might fill? Because they're already shipping, right? They've already moved away from FedEx and UPS, I think. I think it's those ones. Or is it FedEx could start picking that up or UPS? So there's an opportunity for another company to come in if U.S. Post Office is struggling and to fill that gap. Should companies charge for webinars? This one came out and I thought it was really interesting. And oh, my husband's calling. Well, we'll pick him up in a second. Somebody was charging for a webinar, a small fee, I think it was $27, and they were taking the money to go donate to a cause. Now, the concept is pay to pay attention, and I totally agree with the person for doing this, because when you are going to all these free webinars and free things, people tend to value that information less. But if you pay, you tend to pay attention and you put more value on it and you'll actually follow up. What are your thoughts? Have you guys seen free stuff, not valuable, valuable? Do you like, if you have to pay, do you pay more attention to it? I'd really be curious on your thoughts on that one. When we open up, what's going to happen? Do you have the signs that you need? One of my groups, one of the gentlemen said, I'm actually ordering business, more open signs for my company so that when they open up, they can put the sign on there that says they're open. And also he's doing it now so that whenever it opens up, they've actually beat the rush and they have their we're open signs. What can you do right now that is 1 or 2 steps ahead that you can get your information and your supplies ready to go so that when you open up, you relaunch, you have a new product? What is that next step that you could prepare for right now and beat the rush? I found out about this company. It's called First Base HQ, and I'll put the links to the articles in below. But it is a company to set up home employees with equipment, and they spread the cost out monthly. So instead of having the, I don't know, whatever it is, $2,000 to $5,000 to get all the equipment that somebody might need at home, whether it's a laptop, a desk, a chair, a printer, a headset, a camera, a tripod, microphone, whatever that is, this company is set up so that you can just click one button and, well, I'm sure there's a little bit more, but anyway, you can pick the option that you want and they'll spread it over a smaller monthly fee so you can get your team up and going. And it's a really interesting concept, right? It's the equipment and getting people going. So Is there something in your business that you could be doing that maybe is more productized, that is more click and go, that is a simple solution? Or could you start spreading out some of your payment terms and making it more digestible right now? My last 3 points are related to the education segment. And I'm always interested in college and how they're going to shift. And now they've been forced to shift. Moving online and making sure that their content is more valuable and more relevant for the times. Well, incoming college students are considering a gap year this year. Rather than starting and trying to figure out what the colleges are doing and let the colleges figure it out, they're going to go take that time off and go study, learn, work, whatever it is they're going to do, but they're not going to college. And so now the colleges are putting in place all of this online training, and some of them are still struggling with this online delivery. And so are the professors for that part. But they might not have the enrollment, the colleges might not have the enrollment that they're going to need because they were slow to move. Or for other reasons. So the students are thinking about taking a gap year. Again, if we relate this back to business, are you doing something, or probably more importantly, not doing something in your business that would cause people to not re-enroll or sign up right now? Prison guards are getting protective suits. Are you a business owner and you could be ordering equipment right now that will protect your workers so that when they show up, they're going to be protected so that they don't have to worry. So if they need to show up next week for work or a month or 2 months, are you planning ahead to order that equipment that they're going to need? So whether it's a full suit, whether it's a mask, whether it's gloves, whether it's a protective glass, are you preparing to make sure that your workers, your most valuable assets, are protected? And then the last thing I've heard is, again, related to restaurants. So I think restaurants are kind of deemed the essential right now, and that's why there's a lot more progression. But a friend shared with me that there was a very popular restaurant that was always so busy, a line to the door. Well, obviously they can't have that. And so you know what they're doing? As opposed to the one person coming into the one restaurant, that one-to-one approach, they're actually doing to many. So they're bringing their food and setting up almost a booth, if you will, in front of apartment buildings and condo buildings. So they're taking their many to their many. Where can you take your product right now that if you're a storefront or a brick and mortar, where can you take your restaurant for the many to many? Please put your comments down below. Ask questions, share with me some good news, private message us with the news, and we will share them on our next video about innovation.